Mark, why don't you say something real quick? We'll make sure you're.
What do you want me to
sounding good
say?
over
Anything, everything?
there. Anything and everything.
Right.
Ah,
Eat it.
la, 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 la.
That's blurry.
Shouldn't be,
It's
unless it's your connection.
it's blurry. Yeah.
Very,
It wasn't.
Pretty blurry, yeah.
It is now.
Try tapping the screen.
Focus. No, it's not doing.
What's that? It's out of focus?
Yeah.
No. Oh, not on my screen.
It is right here.
On the website, it is.
It's not because it's loading.
No, it's live.
yeah, I'll see
But during
what
the
it is.
during the stream, like the up.
This is on. That's what I'm saying. It's
It's
on
not.
the stream.
It's blurry for you. It's not for me.
It's not on yours.
I think it's your.
Well, what the hell?
Now it says live. So
Yeah, my stuff on the top is blurry, but I don't
try
think.
it full screen and see if that helps at all.
Cool. All right. You share that everywhere? That's weird.
Either way, they said it's
Oh,
not.
there it goes.
There we go.
Wow. Had a
See?
full screen.
See?
Man.
You're a genius.
No, I'm not. Don't say that.
So Facebook.
Genius.
I get hit in the head for a living. Can't be a genius like that.
Yeah, I'll throw it on Twitter real quick too.
Sounds good.
Do, 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 do.
Tag Mike North Iowa and at North Iowa Fights too.
No offense to you guys, I'd rather have this Randy Moss jersey up there than the Brady one.
Brady's gonna be the GOAT, man.
This is a.
Listen, you can only be a GOAT if you don't get caught cheating.
Yeah, it's
Oh, so LeBron James is that what we're talking about?
Hey, he got caught cheating too. Don't even try. Michael Jordan is the true GOAT of
Oh, man.
basketball. Tom Brady, no. If I had to pick a true GOAT for anything, I
still
would
had to
pick-
make the throws.
Hey, it's not letting me put it on Facebook. It says user opted out of platform.
That's
The
all right.
action
Just
attempt-
do it to your personal though.
Just my personal.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there's some kind of weird setting. I don't know why the business Facebook one's jacked up.
But if I had to choose like an actual like any football player in the world to be a GOAT, I'd choose probably Jerry Rice.
See, he's not even the best receiver of all time though.
Yeah, that's
No,
true.
but he worked the hardest.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Being a
That's
GOAT
I like
means you
that.
work for what you want, not
I like that.
you have everything handed to you.
So you a Kobe guy too? Kobe's a hard ass worker, right?
Kobe's a hard worker, but he kind of also had a lot of opportunities handed to him, I feel like. So there's
Fair.
only been few, like, the reason I think Jordan was one of the best ever is because he'd shoot 1,000 shots until if he missed, he'd restart every day. Same shot. He perfected his shot in order to be the best. Can Kobe say he did that?
His turnaround
so-
jumper, fadeaway jumper.
So real
Yeah,
quick, this
yeah.
is 14, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. It's 14.
boom.
And I like Kobe.
Yeah.
It sucks for I think
Oh,
Jimmer's
fuck
in the
what
same
Mark
boat.
says.
Yeah, I think it goes like Jimmer feels the same way, but I didn't enjoy him enough while he was here, while he was playing, until like after he died, really, and after
Yeah.
actually after he retired. To be honest, I'm like
Yeah.
shit. I just thought he's a ball hog, and I'm like, I don't like watching him or whatever. But then looking back, man, I wish I would have watched more and been able to,
He was a
Appreciate
really
it more.
good
Yeah,
basketball
appreciate it
player.
more.
He did really well. He worked hard, but it feels like a lot of things he had just already handed to him right there, ready, available kind of things. You see, like, Jordan got MVP so many different times because he didn't just focus on himself, he focused on the game at hand. And, like, it was more like the most recent thing I can say is Curry.
Why
His game
isn't North Iowa
recently,
Fight
the way
showing
he
up
did.
on my thing?
But he
technical issues.
He
folks.
got MVP not because of how many points he scored, but because how he led the team in the playoff, how he was able to control the setting. It almost was like
I get you.
LeBron. He's more like what you're
No.
saying about Kobe. He's a
You
ball
guys
hog.
messaged me
He's
right when I pulled
you know
up,
stuff
that's
like
funny.
that. But Kobe, he wasn't a ball hog, but he sometimes just didn't believe in his team as much as he probably
Oh,
could.
100%. Yeah. Yep. That's
And
definitely
I think that's just where that motivation changes. But yeah, there's just a lot of people in
It
sports
shared,
that have to work hard
shared
to
to
get to where they want.
Facebook. You can put it on yours too. I tagged you too. It wasn't letting me put it on tag up North Iowa fights or anything on my thing, so you'll have to put it on yours.
Oh, did you try the @ symbol and then type it in?
Oh, maybe not. See, he's way ahead of the game on me.
true. Sorry, I thought that was just implied.
Oh, okay.
But,
Oh, yeah.
uh,
Fuck me, right? Let me see.
I always have to do it that way too. I just use the @ symbol every time because
Yeah.
it spells it out so much faster.
Yeah, and then if you just type the name, it won't. Sometimes it will pop them up. Sometimes it won't pop them up.
And sometimes it still doesn't tag them after
Yeah.
you post it. You're like, what the fuck?
There we go. Hey, look at that.
Hey,
Look at
what a
that.
guy.
2022. What a guy.
Yeah, way to
Okay.
get with the times. That ad symbol's
I'll
fucking
hit him with
amazing.
it. Fucking old
That
guy.
ad
Oh,
symbol's
guy up in
amazing.
here.
Old
Jesus.
guys.
I've had to tell that to somebody too, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. One of the fighters, the guy that you're supposed to fight, Gabriel.
Ducks in a row.
Yeah, ducks in a row.
Oh, there's a story here. We're going to get that. I like it.
Hell yes.
There was even a bad bet with that one.
Okay. Now, should be good.
Boom. All right, we ready to rock and roll?
Let's get popping.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions. I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. This is Danny G sitting alongside some beautiful gentlemen tonight. We've got Rio, we've got Mr. Mike Estus, we've got Mark Currier, and we've got my guy Jimmer over there in the corner. We've got a fun night tonight. We're going to talk a lot about what are we, 6 days out now, Mike?
Yep. It's getting closer every day.
Let's go. How you feeling?
Just relax, waiting for a disaster to happen.
Is that what it is? Too many good things going on?
Yeah.
Where you're like, what's going to fall?
Yeah.
So is this one coming a little smoother than last time?
Yeah.
Or at least maybe
Out of
a
all
few
of them
less
I've
heart
ever
attacks?
had, yeah.
Yeah. Less speed bumps.
Yeah.
There we go.
Damn, out of all of them? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I
Usually
suppose it's got to
something
make up
happens.
because last one was rough,
Oh
right,
my
for
God,
you?
yeah.
You were stressing
I'm
till the
still
last
tired
minute.
for it. I'm
Yeah.
still tired.
So let's real quick talk about kind of what went into getting this fight show together, because it seemed like you put on an amazing show. I mean, it doesn't seem like it was, but it seemed like right away, boom, okay, you're
Quick
out
turnaround.
promoting, promoting, getting fighters, lining up fights. Kind of touch on, I mean, the stressful part of getting, were there a bunch of guys lined up to fight and ready, or did you have to do a lot of searching? What was that kind of like?
Well, I was doing 2 shows like at once, like in from the last show. I was already setting up this one or like talking to people ahead of time and stuff like that. Like I was kind of just like, dang, like right after the fight show on Monday hit, I'm like, I'm got to get ready for another one again, and it just took maybe a couple of days to regroup and just kept going at it, so.
That's exactly what my question was to be. Like, how long did you guys actually put your hair down?
Yeah, just like 2 days. I don't
2
know.
days.
But I was
Then
still
right back
like
at
working, I was still working that one and messaging fighters and stuff. So I had some good ones, lined up already. So, yeah,
Okay.
You almost always got to be doing that, right?
yeah,
Throughout the year, just kind of figuring out kind of who's ready, when they can be ready, and then starting to kind of game plan for the fights. So, damn. Hell yeah.
yeah.
So I guess what's different about this fight? What should people expect versus what everybody saw last time? Things like that.
Well, I noticed that the tickets are going a little faster than from last show. This one's doing a lot better. I think maybe the end of May, kind of with graduations and school ending, like seniors or whatever. And I don't know. It still did fine. It was still successful, but I know it could have been better. But I'm excited about this one because I got like that Mike Pizzola, and I used to train with him back in the day from Rock Gym and stuff like that. And he's a vet fighting Jose Aguayo for a title. I mean, that's a great matchup right there. That's something that you don't want to miss. I can see him going. I'm doing a 3-round title. You can do 5. As a promoter, you have an option to pick, and Mike Pizzola requested the 3-round title just because he's older too and stuff like that, and he knows that Jose is a cardio guy because he's running all the time, and that's going to be a hard push after 5, but I'll give it my all for 3. So
Right on.
it's still going to be a banner. I can just see him standing up literally the whole fight. So
That was going to be my question. So is it what's stylistically they like to stand and bang, or
yeah, I'd say Mike Pizzola is the kickboxer, Jose Aguayo is the boxer.
okay?
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So who else you got? Maybe let's do that. Maybe let's run through and talk about some of the
fight
different
card?
fights. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got John Kennedy versus Dakota Vance. Dakota Vance is making his pro debut. So it's kind of like a new era versus old era or whatever. Interesting fight.
I was going to say, because Kennedy, he's got over 30, right? He's got quite a few fights under his belt.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I think he has like 40 something.
Yeah.
40 something. Yeah.
Lot of fights. Dakota Vance, I know his daddy cornered me at the VFC fight.
Oh, yep.
For my fight. So probably some wrestling in that background. We know what Chad Vance has done.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So, yeah, John Kennedy, we know he's got a good triangle. We saw that at the last fights. Of course, he put was it Bob, I think, in a triangle for
Jim.
Jim, okay, and in a triangle for forever. So could be definitely an interesting fight there.
Yeah.
Have you seen Dakota fight then?
Oh yeah, I've had him fight for my show twice.
Oh, you have. And
Yeah.
how'd he come out in those?
He put the last 2 people to sleep just by rear naked choke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where see
Yep.
someone go to sleep?
Like
wanna
they're
see.
both asleep.
Okay.
So
That's what we're gonna probably see if maybe in that case, because John went on the ground too. I mean, what was that? How'd he finish that? Was that an armbar?
the last fight.
Yeah.
It
no,
wasn't.
just
No, no. It was
split
a decision.
decision.
Split decision, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very very close. That's what. That's
Yeah,
right, that's
if John would have just worked on his angles and stuff with the triangle, he probably could have
Yeah.
finished, and maybe if he would have threw more punches and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Got it. That'll be an interesting one. I like that. Pretty new guy versus a guy who's fought at shitloads.
I think
so.
he's fighting for somebody, right? Like in memoriam of.
Oh
like,
yeah, Trent Smith.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little motivation. All right.
Some
Yeah.
motivation there too.
And then we got Eddie Larina versus Artem Kula. Artem Kula is from Russia, but he lives in Las Vegas. And he's 5-5. I've seen some of his fights, and I've seen him get like punched in the face a lot, and he'll just keep coming forward. He don't stop. Trains at Extreme Coutures right now.
My guy.
That's
a guy that I could.
could.
That's a guy I could. That's a guy I could get behind.
Is it because he can take the punches for you then? Or?
Exactly. No slouch though. Eddie Larrea, man. I liked what we'd seen last time.
Yeah.
He come out. I think he surprised his opponent last time. Kind of the way he came out fast. He got swept and then ultimately finished. But yeah, that'll be a pretty cool fight.
it'd be
Eddie's always
interesting.
brings the intensity. Man, I tell you, the pre-fight
Yes.
intensity was there, and he looked locked in,
Yeah.
ready to go, and he certainly showed it in that first little bit of the fight. So,
Yeah, and look at who he's knocked out. He's knocked out some good guys, that they're like, Eddie's going to lose. But then Eddie came in and win. He's crazy. He keeps messaging me randomly like, I'm going to win. Because Munson Customs is giving $500 cash to knock out of the night, and he says he's going to get that.
Oh,
confidence. That was one thing dude did not lack.
Yeah.
Did not lack that.
Well, he was bad. I remember him in the back. Like he was like probably 4 fights away, right?
So
And he
focused,
was
yeah.
so focused, but he was like pacing. He just wanted to go. He just wanted to get out there. He was just like, I'm ready. Every time we came out, I'm like, we'll get to you, buddy. Because his fight wasn't there yet. And yeah, he was jacked.
Yeah, it might be a different fight, too, because that Leo Knutes did better than I thought. I still give him respect. He's 19-4 now. But I just thought it was going to be more of like them punching each other in the face, I guess, and especially with Eddie's style. But I think just being in the UFC and just being a vet, Leo played it smart and was just ducking under his punches, probably knew he was going to brawl, and then just started stepping inside. Then when Eddie took him down, then that was just easy work for him right there because that's probably what he's working really hard on too,
Yeah.
So,
Went right into his game plan. Absolutely.
But I see these guys standing up and fighting just like the main event, really. I think
There
it'll be
we go.
good, yeah. And then we got Gabriel Sai versus Ryan Fournier. Ryan's vet, too. They're both similar in age. Ryan trains with us sometimes at Mason City Fight Team and then does his own thing and stuff and works out. You know, he's been doing it a long time, so he knows what he's supposed to be doing. And then Gabriel Sai was supposed to fight Mark Currier that's sitting next to me the last show, but then he got a cut above his eye because he got a headbutt like sparring the week of. So then,
So he ended up fighting the Ryan though.
so then
didn't
he ended up fighting Ryan.
Yeah.
And then he's like, so then Gabriel messaged me and he's like, can I fight Mark? I'm like, well, he's actually going to Bellator, so no, but you could fight Ryan. And then he's like, oh, perfect. He's like, and it's close to age too. And I'm like, yeah, I think they're like mid-30s or something.
I
So
believe 35 on both of them.
yeah, both of them are like 35. So it's a great matchup. It's a good fight for both of them too. And I think Ryan's gonna do like 2 or 3 more maybe, and then be done. So
How is he? He's got to be more prepared this time around, right?
yeah,
You know, last time it was pretty short notice,
Yep.
but he got in and still did his thing, and you guys had a good fight. But I imagine he's a lot more prepared and ready to rock for this one. I think he's been training with you a little bit, right?
a little bit, yeah. About once a week.
Okay.
Yeah. The most consistent fighters I have is Mark Currier and Holly Dite. So
Okay.
those are the ones that come every day. Everybody else is kind of all over the place. So
Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
Then we got Derek Gottlieb versus Jesse Ebrick. They both kind of have this similar experience and similar kind of record, if you know what I mean. It looked like social media was excited about that and saying that that's a great matchup right there. Derek's a boxer, Jesse's a kickboxer. That's going to be a stand-up fight as well. I really think that's going to
go.
be a
Yeah.
stand-up fight as well.
This is one I was telling you. I fought that Ebrick kid
Yeah.
a couple times, and he's like, I'm a stand-up guy. I'm gonna beat you up, and then I beat him, and then he's like, well, let's fight like in the cage, and I'm like, what?
That'd be worse.
That'd be worse,
That'd be worse
dude.
for him.
That'd be worse.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. It's all cool. Jesse's cool. He'll show up to fight. And Derek, that's a great matchup. Derek's coming from St. Cloud, Minnesota, and Jesse just moved to Ankeny, Iowa.
Okay.
So he'll just be coming from Ankeny.
Okay. So is he down there training with your guy then?
He's
with
he's
Near?
independent.
Oh, he's independent. Okay.
Yep, Jesse
Oh,
is.
Interesting. All right.
Okay.
And Derek's like assistant coach at Panda Tribe with man, I forget this guy's name, Matt Logie or something up north. So yeah, they're both kind of like the same fighter, literally, in a
Okay.
way.
I like it.
So we got Bailey Biscatine, who's 3-2 out of the Quad Cities, versus Jake Bauer. Jake's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. He owns his own gym, Madrid Jiu-Jitsu in Ames, and trains with Josh Neer. And Bailey, he's good. He's 3-2 versus a 2-1. That's gonna be a great fight as well. I think that fight's gonna be all over the place though.
Okay.
Down on the ground, standing up. It's going to be an everywhere kind of fight. But I think it's potential fight of the night too, I believe.
Boom.
There we go.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. And then we got the girl fight, Sammy May on the database. Her real name's Sammy Nibity versus Holly Dite. Holly's been training with us for the past 6 months straight. Hasn't stopped. Made more practices than me.
Love it.
There you go.
So she's dedicated and she's taking it serious and she's ready. And Sammy May is training too and has experience, but I think it's still a good, fair matchup, and we're just gonna leave it at that.
Well, I
Oh,
won't.
yeah.
Well, we're pulling for our girl, right? Is that
Yeah.
what we're saying?
Yeah,
I didn't say that. We're pulling for our girl. So, Holly, there we go.
Yeah.
He's trying to be all professional with the promoter part, so I'll go ahead and say it. Yep.
So yeah, that's I think that's gonna be great. Holly's sold like probably about, I don't know, 60, 70 tickets already just for her
Oof.
debut. So
There we go.
I mean, that's pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
And people are asking her and stuff like that. So definitely people want to see this fight. And then Studio 65 is giving the winner $300.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yeah, and Holly's already made a couple thousand just off of sponsors, and then she gets her percentage of tickets in this, so she's really doing what she's supposed to be doing as a fighter and promoting herself and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Pretty cool story too. Ring girl to fighter. You know what I'm
ring
saying?
girl to
Either
fighter.
way, you were gonna see me, but tonight you get to see me fight someone and
Right.
potentially whoop somebody's ass.
Make them look
So,
less pretty.
That's right. That's right.
Ring card girl, what?
What?
Actually,
Right.
I was gonna say, actually, it's funny. During Trayvon's boxing, Sammy actually jumped in as a ring card girl for that. So
yep.
I think she's trying to like put a little bit of rivalry out there for her and make it even more of a
I
fight.
like it.
Okay.
I thought it would be kind of interesting to add that because that kind of plays into the whole, oh, you can do it, I can do it too kind of
Yeah.
thing. It just, I don't know how to feel about it. It's gonna make it more exciting. That's all I can see about
Yeah,
it.
storyline, right? Let's go.
Ring card girl versus ring card girl, fighter versus fighter.
There we go.
That's right. I'm in.
So we got Raul Lopez out of the Quad Cities. He's Bailey Biscottine's teammate, fighting Robert Exis. He's out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I get people that call me and message me like all the time that want to fight and stuff like that, and then I'll basically like be like, okay, call me, or like I'll like have to interview them. Like, do you train? A lot say no, and I'm like, well, I'm not really interested, you know,
Right.
unless I know them, you know, or like if they've been in the cage already. And I'll be like, okay, so then I'll be like, where are you from? And then while where they're from, I'll start Googling, and then to Mason City, and I'll screenshot and send it and be like, okay, so it's a 6 hour and 48-minute drive. Do you have reliable transportation? And some will say no, or some will say yes. If they say no, or they get a ride from a friend, fuck no.
Right.
I've had people do that before and not show up, like the
Oh,
day of the
yeah.
fight back in the day. Oh man, it was the worst nightmare. I lost 4 fights. One time it was like my first MMA show by myself without the Iowa Challenge when I first started doing that, and it was called River City Championship. And this fighter was going to pick up 3 fighters on the way for me,
Holy
and supposedly his car blew up, and I lost 4 fights in one night.
Oh my god, dude.
Yikes.
No.
Yeah,
Ouch.
it hurts me right now even just talking about it.
Right.
And that kid fucking hit me up too, like a couple weeks ago. He was talking about fighting, and I just basically told him how much of a piece of shit he is. And he's like, "Whatever, bro. I was going through a bad time." And I'm like, "Come on, man." He's like, "My car really did break down." I'm like, "No, it didn't. You're lying."
You cost me that many, you piece of shit.
See,
Yeah.
all he needed to do was send you a Googled picture of a car that had just blown up, like another we might have seen here at the last fight of yours.
Right, but it was like quiet. So then he messages me like, 9 in the morning, like, "Hey man, sorry, my phone just turned on." And then he started telling me the story. I'm like, "Oh God, you're lying. That's liar."
Right.
If it
Yeah.
really happened, he'd be like, "Dude, I swear to God, my car's broke down. Dude, I'm freaking out. I'm trying everything I can. I'm gonna try to call. Can you throw me $200 on Venmo or something to get me out of the situation? Like anything." And I probably would have done it. So
Well, yeah, especially for you took 4 fighters. You'd have fucking been like, yeah, let's go. Get your
Yeah.
ass up here. Right?
I paid for
Right.
plane tickets last minute, Uber fucking rides, people's cell phone bills, fighters, like everything. It's what was that?
That's my notification thing. You know that cat that pervert from Family Guy who's like, you got some popsicles, dude?
You talking about Herbert the pervert?
Yeah,
Yes.
the pervert. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Everybody knows that.
And it's just part of the biz being a promoter. I like it. I like to be different from like every other promoter and like, help and like, meet people's special requests or like fighters or like, hey, can we sit here? Can we do this? Can we do that? And it's all good. It's just, sometimes it's like, wow, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only give and take so much, before you be like, all right, well, some of this I can't take.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my God, for real.
I remember the time that he asked me if I could fight, and he was messaging to take a bus there. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude?"
Oh, yeah. How far did you have to ride?
I had to take a bus for about 16 and a half hours.
Yeah, he did, though.
Holy cow.
I was worried about him not showing up, though, when I first met him. Like, this motherfucker ain't showing
This
up.
guy's not even coming.
But I had
16
nobody,
and a half
so I had to give it a chance.
Yeah.
And then he did. Then he ended up beating the guy in the first round, knocking him out, taking a belt home, and was like, Hey, Mike, I did absolutely nothing for this fight. I can't believe it. And he just had the biggest smile on his face. I'm like, hey, well, good job. I was like, I bet you're glad you showed up, didn't you? All worth the bus. I'd be on the bus back, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had to keep it on the in the bag because it was just
Oh,
it was
really?
really hard to like sit with it. So I was like,
Oh.
damn. I was trying to process
bus?
riding with it on the bus, but then I just left it in the bag. And then as soon as I got back to where I was, I took it out of the bag and like carried it around with me for a bit.
There you go. Yeah.
I would have wrapped it around my body, just sat there like this,
Yep.
with my belly out.
But 16 hours on
Look
a
at-
bus, I just didn't want to pass out and have someone
Yeah, I
steal
know.
it from me. I was
Wish
like,
they probably would have.
Yep. 100%. They're sketchy. Those bus rides are sketchy, man.
Oh
dude,
yeah,
I've taken
Yeah.
a bus from Texas to Iowa.
yeah.
Well, at
You
least
start
you got to-
contemplating the decisions you've made in life, and when you make those long Greyhound bus
Yes.
rides, you're just like, what
I was gonna
the
say,
hell?
well, just like yours with the plane, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Spirit.
Planes are actually a little bit more controlled, especially with your things, because
No, I
a
just
lot of
mean-
the undercarriage stuff, and then
Yeah, I just mean
overbag.
for
Yeah.
Spirit Airlines, you're rolling the dice if you get there at all,
Yeah.
like in one piece. I would definitely trust the bus more.
That's
in that case.
scary.
Yeah. Don't take Spirit. With all due respect.
I think we are on the one flight, aren't we, babe?
I hope it's a quick one.
No,
Whoa,
three and a half
Not
hours.
too quick a one.
Wait, no. I hope it's long. I
Quick
hope
in
it
a
takes
different
as
way.
mu- I
Quick
hope
in
it
a
takes-
different way, Jimmer.
I hope
Okay.
it takes the
Hope it's not
perfect
too
amount
quick.
of time to get there and back. That's all I
Right.
care
There you
about.
go.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're taking Spirit because we're going to Las Vegas like 2 days after the fight show, and not to gamble, to train.
Boom.
Train
Now you
with
got
the,
me
with the
worried.
Brazilians, you know.
There
So
you go.
that guy Teddy, you guys remember Teddy
Yeah,
Las
yeah.
Vegas?
Yeah.
He's the one that's breeding that Artem Kula, so he's breeding him, and then he's the Russian, and then he's going back home, and then we're coming on the following Monday and gonna go train with Carlos and Francisco and and all those guys, and they got some stuff planned out there for us.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
For some really good training. So I'm excited. They're gonna. It's cool because they like live there. So we got an Airbnb there in a nice community area. So we'll get to see like the residential part because I don't want to go there and gamble. I'd
Right.
rather go there to train and kind of just see like the ins and out of Vegas. Besides the Strip.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only real place I want to visit is the pawn shop.
Oh yeah, we can go to Palm Stars. I don't care.
Yeah.
The Apex.
We'll I'll talk about that one later.
So what else you got on the fight card here?
All right. So yeah. So did I finish up about Robert and Raul though?
I believe. I don't know if you
Well, they're
finished
both
off-
debuters. I got 5 debuters total.
Okay.
I'm like I said, I don't know their fighting style or anything like that. They both kind of look like they're first time kind of fighters. It's gonna be a lot of hands. Robert's sold about a good 50 tickets from Cedar Rapids. He's been selling online and he's been selling in hand and bringing in I forgot the guy's name, but he told me and it was legit. He's bringing a famous poker player or something like that here, and then he put me on his poker website, and he's bringing an entourage or something. His name is Scotter Clark. I don't know, this guy right here, he kind of has a pirate style and says, I'm heading to Mason City Arena for the North Iowa fights this Saturday. We love as many poker players as possible to come out. We'll be partying Captain Jack style.
Jesus.
Okay.
I love it.
So definitely some rum on board. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're getting fucked up after the party. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Not me.
Yeah,
I can't.
that table is close by you guys too.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are here, and it's just right
Okay.
at that circle
Alright.
part. But
Show me some tricks so I can leave Zimpro and just become a professional card player. here.
Hey,
There you go.
yeah, and I guess he won, a good chunk of money too, just the other day. So it was in some paper thing. So yeah, so I think that'll be an interesting fight, So that'll be good. So then we got Dylan Kirkwood, debuter versus Dylan Stanky. Dylan finished his guy in the 3rd round. He's like a brawler style, I would say, freestyle fighter. Likes to stand toe to toe and fight. Dylan Kirkwood is fighting out of the academy and stuff like that in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A lot of people probably kind of know about the academy back in the day, like Rose. I how do you say her last name? The girl fighter.
Namajunas.
Yeah, she's trained there
Yeah.
before.
That was good.
Brock Lesnar, Brandon Gertz, his guy trains there. The guy that he's fighting for Bellator, so they got a pretty good gym. So that'll be an interesting fight too. That could be like a stand-up kickboxing fight, I would say. Because I know the Dylan guy has a stand-up style, and then we know both Dylans do. We know that both Dylans do. So there's going to be a lot of standing up going on in this fight card, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But watch it be the opposite, and they all just get on the ground and just start wrestling each other
Wrestling each other.
the whole time.
You never know. Yeah.
Right? It's always the
Yeah.
opposite, it seems like sometimes. But.
It was still highly entertaining. There was probably only one where I was like, "Come on, man! Come on, man!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man!" But that was about it. The
Yeah.
rest-
That was Jim's
they were still
fight.
banging.
It was-
that was Jim.
That was Jim's fight.
Jim, and there was like just a baby. I'm like, at least hit him while you're on the ground instead of.
Yeah, you
like,
could have
do
just went like
something.
this.
Yeah.
Something,
Like, what the
something,
hell is
something.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about it. The rest,
Yeah, the
I
rest
was highly entertained.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So
I know John was happy.
He was, man.
he was jacked.
Say, he wasn't even from here and he's out partying in the stands. That was awesome.
He loves it here. It seems like I always, like need him for a fight show. It's like the fourth or fifth time he's fought for me now. So,
Yeah.
but he always shows up and makes weight and tries, and that's all I need.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
And so now we got Brandon Samuelson versus Kevin Arnold Jr. Kevin Arnold Jr. is from the Quad Cities. He trains with Raul Lopez and Bailey Biscuitine. He's making his debut. They're fighting at a 140 catch weight. Brennan was the guy who trained with us for about a month and a half, right? A month and a half?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, a month, and then he had to go back to Quad Cities, just had to get like a job and just had stuff going on. So, he's been kind of training out there when he can. He's still going to rep Mason City fight team. So, yeah, that'll be a good start-off fight, because people are starting to know Brennan, and then people will know Kevin and stuff like that. So, be a fight to watch for sure.
Is that the one? I saw one that ended up having to be a catch weight. Was it between those two? They were going on Facebook. They were going back and forth, and you're like,
Oh, yeah,
we
that
could-
was them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
But Brendan didn't want to, though, because he wants to do 135 because he weighs I think he weighs like 140 right now. But he's like, that's what we agreed on. Let's do it. And then, Kevin was like, messaging him, messaging me. So then finally, I'm like, Brennan, because he wanted to do 145, that Kevin Arnold Jr. So, and he's new, so he's learning. It's understandable. And I was like, why don't you guys just do a 140 catch weight? I'm like, just agree in the middle.
Yeah.
And then it happened, and then I changed it on the database, and then that was it.
Easy.
Yeah.
Boom.
There we go.
Easy. Now, all these fights that you just listed off, kind of touched earlier, but you didn't say our guy Mark Currier over there.
Well, I just got done talking about the fight card. Did you see Mark on here?
No, he's
Oh,
that's what
that-
he's,
that's
that's
right.
what he's getting.
That's what I get
leading,
to.
That's what he's
So,
leading into. Is
we didn't
why
hear
not?
Mark Currier over there.
Oh,
What-
yeah, I get you.
What's the plans over there for Mark? I think you touched on it a little bit earlier, but
I thought he was talking to me at first.
we'll kind of dabble that direction.
Well, I was trying to fight on this one, and then we got a surprise message like 2 weeks after the fight last time, 13. North Iowa Fights 13. I won against Ryan 2 weeks. We start training. We were getting ready for the next show. He had somebody kind of like lined up and everything, and then I'm getting a message from a guy I fought for once, Andrew Lee Train, and I mean, it was like in Nebraska, and I didn't know anything about it. All of a sudden, he's hitting me up. He's like, "Hey, Bellator has contracted me for like promoting. I'm looking for a fighter against this, guy. Would you be interested?" And I looked right at Mike, and I'm like, "You're not going to believe this. I just got an offer for Bellator." And he goes, "Let me see." We're in the car driving, and I'm like, "Mike, wait till we get to his stop button at least."
I almost wanted to
But-
pull over.
But we get it. He starts messaging the guy, and then ended up, talking about it, working it all out. So we agreed to it. It was,
And I got Mark $1,000 more.
There
Okay.
you go.
Let's go.
Shh, we're not supposed to talk about it. No.
We can talk about it. You signed the contract, bro. You can tell people your pay.
Anyways, I I just don't like doing that. Some
I
people
know.
don't like to hear it. Anyway,
It's all right. I wouldn't say it if I couldn't.
it's August 12th, and so we were like, fuck, that's like right after his, and then he was trying to ask if I could still fight, but then he messaged my opponent, and the opponent was like, actually, I still need some time anyway. It would be okay if we did it at a later time. He's like, that would work perfectly. I actually just was going to talk to you about something else. So we had that, so took that off, and then now I'm going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota on August 12th for Bellator during
Fighting
the
on a Bellator card.
Bellator, I believe, 284 Yamaguchi versus Gracie.
Hell yeah,
Let's
man.
go, baby.
Mark's
That
a
is-
spoiled little bitch. 1-1 gets in Bellator. I was 6-0 trying my ass
That
off
is
last
that is funny.
Hey, you were fighting at 145. There's like 800
I was
fighters.
160 catchweight the first time.
What I'm saying is there's like 600 fighters for that like area between 145 to 185. For heavyweight, there's only 400 total at all in the entire like in the database that I've seen, like 400, 500 people. So
big
it's like
time.
harder to find.
Big time for not only yourself, Mark, but big time for Mason City Fight Team, getting a guy out there and repping your team in the gym, and as well as you getting to put a show on and display your skills as well. Kind of just looking forward to the opportunity and all that. Are you doing anything different training and preparing for this whole deal?
I definitely have trained more now than I was before the other fight. I can't lie. It's been more serious, more time consuming. I've definitely noticed a drop in my energy levels for a bit, like, roller coasters of up and downs. Of some days I have more energy, other days I just really don't want to get up.
Yeah.
But I keep getting up,
And
I
that's
keep
where-
pushing.
that's where
and-
Mike
Otherwise,
comes
I'll be
in.
like, nope, still going to practice.
Yep.
I say that's
he
where-
would drag
that's
me
where
by my
Mike comes in,
ears. I
right?
swear.
Yep.
But I've definitely put in the work. I'm hoping to showcase what my team has showed me and to put it out there, so that way, come future, maybe another one of us could get up there, get into a bigger thing. I mean, we already have another fighter, Austin Robinson, who's done LFA. Maybe now they'll look at him as a potential if he sees our team do really well.
You mean they should be?
They definitely should be, but
They should be.
they
So
definitely
we'll
should
work it
be.
out.
I really want him to like get into it. At least, either that or if he gets contract to UFC, cool. I mean, big things for anybody in this group. Just I know he's the one up next on the list is what I feel like.
Oh, yeah. For
So
sure.
Oh, he put on one hell of a show. We tried to talk to him afterwards. The dude was so fucking jacked and in the stands and pumped. We didn't see him for 45 minutes. Rio had to go
Yeah.
to the gym.
Yeah,
to
I
go
was like,
talk
what,
to
we'll,
him
we'll
afterwards. I'm
let
like,
him party.
Because
We'll let him
Mike's like,
party.
hey, did you do an Austin interview? I'm like, bro, we tried. We stood back there forever.
Yeah.
He was out there, I don't know, loving on the ladies or the public, or I have no idea, but digging every second of that. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, he's come a long way, and I really hope to see him up there sometime. So I'm hoping that this show that I'm doing in Bellator, either we get something out of it or not, it's still going to show the world that we did do something to get noticed. at
Absolutely.
least.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
work that you guys all put in,
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have you done any research or looking at any tape of your opponent?
We've only been able to find one of his fights because he's only had two his entire career. He was
Like even
he was a D1 football player who went into fighting,
Oh.
and so they put him as a pro.
He's really popular.
The first guy he went against actually didn't have a fight either. So it was, two debuters going against each other in an LFA match, and he beat the guy in 40 seconds.
Okay.
Next thing you know, he's fighting on a Bellator card, and he beats the guy first round 4 minutes in. But I watched that fight, and he's athletic. Looks like he's, knows what he's doing with the wrestling and everything. I'm very confident in it. I just, I just got to prove myself. That's
There you
where
go.
we go with it.
Let's go.
absolutely.
So you touched on you see his wrestling standing out. So obviously probably training on some takedown defense and such for that.
It's
Don't
classified
talk too much
information.
on that.
It's classified information.
It's classified.
Classified information.
And
Manager
anything
says.
else you
But
you
yeah,
see out of
you're
him,
working
I
that
suppose.
wrestling too, yes.
I mean, I see that he's got, good stamina, good cardio, whatever you want to call it. I see that his wrestling is really good. Other than that, I can't really.
Right, 40 seconds isn't much to diagnose out of a
Not
total
even
fighter.
even the 4 minute one, because he
Right.
kind of knocked him down and then just sat on him for like 3 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So it's like hard to even get a good gauge of where he's at, and it's just it is difficult. Yes, the wrestling is what we have to focus on because that's what we've seen. But he could have something else. I don't
For
know.
sure.
I'm just going to be prepared for as much as I can be.
There you go. Hey, well, can you repeat the date again? When's that?
August 12th.
August 12th in Sioux Falls? Is
Yeah,
that
and
what
we
you
got to leave the Tuesday before. They want us there early.
Yeah.
said? So weigh-in is the same thing as what you do? Is it the day before then?
Yeah, so they'll. It's Friday, right? August
Yeah.
12th. Yeah, so weigh-ins are Thursday, but we're there Tuesday because of COVID test, paperwork, and plus I'm sure that they like the fighters just to be secure and keep tabs on them and stuff,
Okay.
which
okay.
I like to do too.
Right.
So that's why I want. That's
You're
why
like,
I'm
I
like,
get
hey, I'll
it.
pay for your hotel room. Stay here.
Yeah, get you in.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's at the Sanford Pentagon. If anybody knows what that is, a lot of sports fans do. In fact, my stepdad, he's going to show up there. He wants to go simply just because he's like, man, you're fighting in a place where Iowa plays basketball against, South Dakota. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I was just like, I didn't even know. So I'm not a huge sports guy. I follow teams. I kind of look at what they've got going on, but I don't focus on where they're at, kind of thing. So it's kind of nice that a lot of people will notice that that's where it's at, and things like that.
Hell yeah.
So some people come for the sport, some people come for the environment, and I
Sure.
learned that from that.
There we go.
Very cool. Mark, let's get to know about you a little more. When did you kind of start, anything sports-wise, when did you kind of get it? You say you're not a big sports person. Did you play any football, anything as you grew up? And then ultimately what led you into this kind of MMA journey you got going on?
I'll try and make this very quick. So when I was young, I was bullied a lot. And a lot of the bullies were people who had studied Taekwondo, so actual like fighting stuff. And I would just get into petty fights as a kid. And later down the road, when I'm in middle school, high school, I started playing sports just because I could. I wanted to do something. I didn't really feel like sitting at home. I hated sitting at home. In fact, I would either be out in the cornfield running around or just finding something to do. I just could never sit still. My family hated me for it because I always ran away. I always did something outside, and if I didn't tell them, they'd call the cops, and cops would find me and be like, "You can't keep running away." I'm like, "I'm not running away. I'm just running around. Why can't I have fun?"
Right. Okay.
So I was just one of those kind of kids. I played football and basketball, baseball, did a little bit of swimming, and tried out for track at one time. Didn't really like track. The only thing I was really good at was shot put, which wasn't even really that phenomenal at that. My best sport would have probably been either football or baseball. Basketball, I was just a big body to kind of put in there. I could score really well, but defense-wise, On football, we had 8-man teams, so I sat there. I did, offense and defense. I'd play the whole game. That was pretty much what I was always doing, and then my senior year came around, I was getting kind of looked at by a scout for Iowa Western. Tried it. College wasn't for me, so just kind of quit. And then a couple years down the road, people still kept trying to pick fights with me, even in the streets when I was homeless for a bit. And I was just, why? Why would you want to fight the guy that just would push you down and stuff? And people just kept coming at me. And so finally I was like, you know what? If I'm going to keep fighting, I want to try and do something with it.
Yeah, definitely.
And my dad, my biological dad, I met him when I was 19. I have a rough family life. Anyway, I met him when I was 19. His friend told me about Rick Tasler, who gives opportunities sometimes, and I messaged him. He set me up with a fight, and that's where it started back in, I think, I know it was August, or it was either August or September. I could look it up. I don't really feel like pulling my phone out. Anyway, it's been 4 or 5 years since then. Fought 4 times for Rick. Was going to fight again for him. My opponent had some problems, I don't even remember what it was. But next thing you know, he's saying, well, I actually got another promoter up north, Mike, who was, thank you. 2018, August 24th, 2018. That was my very first fight. Wow, jeez, going on 4 years. Anyway, Mike actually had someone back out for his fight for the title, and Rick was like, well, do you want to talk to him and see if maybe he'll want to put you in it? So I talked to him, and Mike's like, well, let's see how it goes, I feel like, because obviously he's had people back out, and I told him about the bus situation. I said, no, I've already got it planned. I get it. I'll be there. Showed up, won, like he said, went home, and we talked on and off just about like if I had to defend the belt and stuff like that, and then beyond that we didn't really talk. And then this last fight, I was going through a lot of stuff, like not the fight for pro, but the title fight, but a year ago. I was going through a lot of stuff, and my girlfriend's family ended up catching COVID, and she was around them a lot. She tried to have me quit the fight, using that as an excuse. Mike's over here, I already bought you the hotel, just come in, just come back, just fight, you could win, just make it quick and go home. That's what he told me. I was like, all right, I'll be there. And we went, I won, came
You made
back.
it quick?
Not really.
How long was it?
I went to round 2,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I didn't have a lot of discipline in that fight, and I did a really bad move that honestly could have changed the course of that fight if he didn't continue going. That up kick that I did when he was on his knees, I was stupid. I thought he wasn't grounded, and yeah, it was a bad decision on my part.
Just say I was going for his chest.
I
Hit his head.
I was really trying to like push him off and then just kick him like on the chest, like he said, and I guess I aimed way too high. I was just being, I guess, lazy because I didn't want to put my gut in better. But I got into it because of Rick, and then Mike actually kind of opened a bigger door for me when I fought for his title. There's a lot of people who doubted that I even deserved to be where I was. A lot, like for a while on Tapology, I was ranked number 1 in Iowa. There was a lot of people who said that they didn't think I deserved it, and I looked back at all the records just to see, how they kind of calculated it, and a lot of the people around me were going round 3 decision, just round 2s. I had maybe at that time 2 fights go past round 1, win or loss, and I think that's what they kind of incorporated. And when I kind of like try to talk about it, they're like, you don't know anything, blah 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 blah. I'm like, all right, whatever.
You're a pretty big dude. So when I say this is kind of, as I say, so in so many words, my man Estus over there kind of took you under his wing like a baby bird, but you're like kind of a big ass bird.
I'd put it as he's like the Cookie Monster. I'm like Big Bird.
Okay. The Cookie Monster.
Damn.
I don't know if that's a shot.
I
or
don't,
what
I don't,
that is.
I don't watch cartoons, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You did.
I don't
Hold
know
on.
if it's a shot or what that is.
Hold
But
on. Hey, he's basically saying you're killing some fucking cookies over there.
Yeah? You want me to fucking sit on your face, bro?
Hey, whoa. I only
for 3
say
gigs
this.
after dark.
That's after dark.
That's for 3
listen.
gigs after dark.
Hold on.
We had to switch to our
I only
OnlyFans.
said Cookie Monster simply because I bought a 13-pack of cookies and I only had 4 of the damn things.
Let me guess who ate the other ones.
The Cookie Monster.
I don't remember.
You got that food coming. You got that food coming.
I point at him because Danny's like, I don't know what you're talking about. We mounted some yellow. We got a little too much in the studio that night, and a whole slab of those lemonade fucking
Oh,
Girl
yeah,
Scout
the Girl
cookies
Scout cookies.
disappeared.
Yeah, the whole box was gone. I'm like, I didn't eat that. Did I?
I didn't eat
don't
that.
know what happened.
What happened?
I don't know.
So,
They were delicious.
so when did you come up to Mason City Fight Team and start training? And sounds like you're living close to Mike, or
He lives with me.
living with Mike and training at Mason City Fight Team. How did that?
I'm essentially his butler.
Perfect.
As a joke, but,
Perfect. When did that happen? And can you touch on just how
You iron
that's-
I moved in
Do you
April.
iron his drawers then?
That's 5 months.
No. But I
You
do
just said
help
butler.
his laundry.
Okay.
But I don't
Okay.
iron.
Okay.
Don't iron them?
5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
Well,
6 months, 5 months.
I know I came one time in July or January. That's when I started talking to him. I'm like, hey, I'm on some downtime because I was doing landscaping, and during the winter, you can't really do landscaping. Too much snow.
Weird.
Weird. What?
Weird.
I don't
It was
wanna-
weird.
You want to pick bricks up and put them in the cold snow like 5 feet under snow. You have to dig out a tunnel of snow. Then you got to dig out the ground. Then it's frozen, so you can't
It's
really
a little
do that.
hard. Yeah, the ground's frozen. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't do that. So, anyway, plus I'm an irrigation technician. I work with water.
Oh, okay.
It freezes. Can't do that. Burst the pipelines.
Gotta love Iowa.
Anyway, so I came in one time January, and then I think I started coming more often in February. Then I had car problems. So Mike and Kathy were sitting there in the front of the car. We were going on our way to Josh Neer's because they picked me up from Ames to go to Ankeny. And they were like, you know what? Maybe you just need to move in with us. So I was like, I thought they were joking at first. And I'm like, you guys can't be serious, right? And then all of a sudden they started talking about it more. They sounded really serious about it. They had a plan, and we kind of just went from there. And I started, training full time around April. I mean, I was kind of there back and forth between there and Ames during March. I would go Thursday to Thursday, take some time off, like 4 days, and then come back. And then there were sometimes I was just going to Thursday, they dropped me off, and I'd come back Sunday. And then I had a lot of issues at the place I was living at. My ex and my best friend got together behind my back, tried to ask me to be in an open relationship. I said fuck no, and then
Woof.
started
Okay.
staying with Mike full time because
That was the last one. The
that was
last straw.
yeah.
Not to make too much light of this, but how do you know you wouldn't want a little sandwich action? You know a movie that came from?
I
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
see what you're trying to say. The reason is I can.
You don't have to explain this. I don't want.
It's okay.
It's
It's
just
okay.
literally a movie.
So I'm a guy who likes loyalty and honesty, but I also don't appreciate why they wanted the open relationship. She wanted to be in an open relationship with me and him because I could have kids and he couldn't. He was born with low testosterone and can't have kids.
Oh.
And I can, and that's what her whole.
So
reasoning
you're
is. And I
firing
was
good
like,
baby batter. He's not.
pretty much.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I was like, "Are you fucking serious? This is absolute bullshit, and
hold on.
I'm not going to be a part of this."
Never. My belief is you never say no right out of the gate. Let's talk about options.
Listen. I literally at first told him I was like, "I'll think about it," but in my mind,
Yes.
I was already like, "I don't agree with this. You guys got together behind my back.
Yeah,
It is
definitely.
loyal."
Oh my god.
I mean, if you guys would have told me that you were thinking about getting together and then broke up with me, I would have been just fine with that. I don't see. I'm more of a. I know that the world is now going into a polygamous view, but I'm still a monogamous person. I can't be with more than one.
Man,
person.
that's amazing, and that is great. Hey, Mark, can you tell us who your favorite fighter is?
my
Currently.
favorite fighter.
Yeah, currently or just all time?
Oh man, I always get asked this question.
So you should have an answer. What's up?
I'm really
curious to
don't.
hear because of the whole goat thing before we went live.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember his name too well sometimes. He just missed weight, lost the belt because of it, but won the fight
Charles
anyway.
Olivier.
Yeah.
I think Oliveira is probably my favorite fighter to watch for. I mean, yeah, he's been through a lot of diversity.
Yeah,
Like
he
I
has,
talked
yeah.
about in the beginning with the goat thing, blah, 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 blah. But he went through and he lost, but he didn't let it get to him. He kept training. He kept putting effort to win. And I like guys who have motivation to do that. I mean, if I see someone that wants to, do it, I say try it. And if you don't like it, well, if you want to make something out of it, you need to keep coming anyway. If you don't, then just quit.
Yeah, it's a good pick. He might be pound for pound the best in the world right now. So I like it.
I mean, if I had to choose fighter, I would honestly choose either Mike Tyson or even Tyson Fury. Like, those guys were, as boxers, really good fighters. you know.
Yeah.
Just thinking about getting punched by Mike Tyson in his prime actually scares me. And I know that he's my weight class and everything, so kind of glad he's retired and doesn't try to get into the MMA world.
Just take him down.
No. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to go to sleep.
So I wanted to touch on. We don't want to get too far away from obviously the current show coming up, but what's the next one after that? Do you guys have something in the works?
I'm thinking
yet?
November, December. There's a casino down south that was interested, and then if not, I'll just go to the fairgrounds
Okay.
and just have MMA. There'll still be a worldwide pay-per-view, and I'll still do what I do.
Okay. I was just
I
curious.
just got to
didn't
stay
know.
busy because I can't wait all the way till May again.
No,
Right.
You gotta
You
get,
know.
you gotta throw something else out there. Plus,
Yeah.
plus those ones right there. Like we came out to those also. One hell of a damn good time. I mean, a little more compact of an environment, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
It seems like there's nothing to do around that time either. You know, they provide something for us to watch. Just for something us, something for
Entertainment
us to
purpose,
do,
yeah.
entertainment. So,
Yeah.
hell yeah. So I was just curious.
And then Mark Santee was thinking about coming back and doing a pro boxing match. So if he does do that, then I will do a kickboxing show too. So
okay.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So maybe 3 MMA, 1 kickboxing, boxing, because that was fun.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
was
Yeah.
a good time.
Real like that kickboxing. You want to go back?
Yeah, man, I'll fight Jesse.
That was quick.
There you go, Jesse. You already got one fight lined up.
I
There you
mean,
go.
if you really want to, you could try and go against one of the guys Jesse's kind of winning
How
with.
do you have to be pro then?
Perfect.
You'll be making your pro debut, Chris.
He
so-
during one of Rick
He's pro.
Tasler's Kickfest, Jesse actually went against Hollywood Case, Johnny Case.
Oh, yeah?
So he took about 30 leg kicks.
When was this?
2020.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me recent. I was like, what?
No, this was
The fuck's he
2020.
doing?
And he took 30 leg kicks from Johnny and then proceeded to run 30 miles the next day after getting like knocked down 10 times in that fight because of those leg kicks.
So I had a question, and I can't remember if we ever did ask you this, but what does it take to go pro? Like who makes that call? You know what I mean? Is there paperwork? Like how's that?
Well,
how does that work?
Anybody can go pro, but it's who's going to pay that person to come fight for them, like a promoter or whatever like that. I mean, I always say, you should have at least 10 fights with the winning record, winning your last fight, then you should go pro, get that in. But a lot of people just don't just turn pro. But the guy that Mark did, is fighting in Bellator did, he's never had an amateur fight and is going pro.
Yeah.
This is what they do. And then if a promoter wants to keep paying them and they're winning and they're doing good and they got the charisma and they got the selling and tickets, then they'll be like, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
It kind of just depends who it is and like what situation that person's in and what
Okay.
they can bring to the table kind of thing.
Yeah, I was just curious. I didn't
Yeah.
know exactly how that process went. Like just from jumping from amateur to pro. Like what went into that. So
Yep.
yeah.
Boom. Hey, Rio, you got any questions we might want to have a good time here?
Absolutely. So, I've
After
got
Dark.
some questions called Rio's Randoms, brought to you by Bose Power Washing tonight. Make sure you hit up our guy Bose for any of your cleaning, power washing, snow removal, mowing needs. Hit them up at 641-903-1720. All right. First up tonight, what's your favorite candy bar you could eat every day?
Go ahead.
For both of us, or
Yeah, everybody's gonna
everybody's
answer.
gonna answer.
Okay.
Everybody's
Yeah.
gonna answer.
Butterfinger.
Okay.
Oh, that's solid.
Reese's Pieces.
You said candy bar.
It's
you
not a
cheater.
candy
But whatever. Candy.
No.
Whatever.
You say Reese's with a
Yeah.
Reese's bar with the Reese's
You
pieces
could do
in
the
it.
Reese's outrageous.
These are my questions. You
Reese's
can get Reese's Pieces are probably my favorite candy, I think.
Okay. Where you going, Mark?
I'm gonna go last. I already said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All
What
right,
you got?
Jimmy.
You know what? I have Twix is probably gonna be it. Like I love me some Snickers and probably like one of the Reese's things. But you know what? Hard to stay away from a Twix. I'll take them both, left and right, baby.
Yeah, you will.
At the same time too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I told you you don't say no right out of the gate. Then you're eliminating options.
Jimmer's
no.
Jimmer's a skier. I'm a big fan of Butterfinger. My problem is getting that shit in my teeth so much. I would go with Butterfinger if not for that. So I'm probably going to go the Reese's candy bar that, however you say that, nutrageous, outrageous, whatever candy bar.
Outrageous.
Outrageous. Yeah, those are really good.
100
Yeah.
grand. Or
Okay, so-
either
Oh,
that
no.
or the salted
grand.
nut roll.
Salted
Oh.
nut rolls money too. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to hear all your options because I was thinking, oh, you guys are all going to choose very popular ones, and I'm going to be over here choosing the weird one.
100 grand.
That's
That's
all right.
100 grand.
100 grand, yep.
I think the 100 grand has changed its recipe though, because It's not as good as it used to be. That salted nut
Maybe
roll,
it's you.
though,
Maybe you've changed.
That salted nut roll still hits.
You've
Yes,
grown.
It does.
And
grown.
on the flip side, what's the worst candy bar or candy that you could throw away every bit of inventory they have and not bat an eye?
Most
Candy
disgusting candy bar.
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
By itself, candy corn, yeah. Told that shit. Nobody eats that.
I do,
Either that or
actually.
Peeps.
Okay, I
I
agree
like
with the
Peeps
peeps.
are
I
dog
agree with
shit,
the peeps.
yeah.
Hold on. Have
Peeps
you-
are dog shit.
Peeps, you've got to. So hold on. There's
Are
only.
you defending the
Yeah,
two
okay.
worst candies in the
Okay,
world right
hold on,
now?
hold
There's
on,
one
hold
way to eat Peeps, and that is to cut the plastic open, right? And you let it go stale for about 2 weeks, and then you eat it.
See,
Yeah.
you
Well,
could do
I
that.
thought you were about to say, hey,
Or-
cut it open and
I
you
don't
dump it
eat
in
it
the
fresh.
trash.
That's
That's
how
how.
I eat
Or-
it fresh.
You cut it open, you take it out, you cut the head off, and then you throw it in the trash because it's just that bad
It's
that you
that
just
bad.
that's all
It's
it's
that
there for
bad.
is that entertainment
Damn.
value.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna go candy corn for sure. So I'll jump on that bandwagon. Also, my wife's gonna hate me for this, but fucking Werther's original, like Werther's, any of those old people candies, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here with that. They're
Yeah.
going in the trash.
Like,
Yes.
I'm pretty sure on the back there's like an age limit, like where you can actually start buying
Yeah.
those and putting those out.
Are you
And it's
on
like
Social
55.
Security? Okay, you
Yeah.
can go ahead and buy
You,
this.
you
Yeah.
Yeah,
guys are
gotcha.
gonna hate me, but I actually have to choose Snickers.
Oh.
I've never
Yeah, I
once
do hate
liked
you.
I was
That's
waiting
pretty
for somebody to
stupid.
say that.
I
That's pretty
never
stupid.
once liked Snickers. I can't stand the way it tastes in my
Really?
mouth. It doesn't. It just doesn't mesh well.
Well, you said the way it tastes in your mouth. Is there another option?
Is there another?
Where it
For
would
perverts
taste-
like you, I guess. But you know, hey,
goddamn
we
right.
don't go there. That's
How we-
OnlyFans.
How we biting the Snickers here?
How are we fighting, bro?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They might be taking away Skittles though.
Yeah, are you taking that down like Joey Chestnut with hot dogs, or are we chewing? Like, what are we doing with the Snickers bar here?
I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna let you eat it because I can't eat that crap.
Kobayashi.
I'll just be like, hey, who wants a Snickers?
I'm
'Cause
getting
I
gifts,
don't want
baby.
it.
All right, Mike. What about you?
Like worst candy?
Yeah.
I don't know. We got some shit at the house right now that I haven't ate. My mom gave me. I don't know. It's just still sitting in the Ziploc bag. What is it?
It's like a mint chocolate. It's
Old
mint
people
Yeah,
candy.
there was like suckers in there, and I ate the suckers and then left these fucking
But
veins
wheelbarrows or whatever.
that are in there. Yeah, something. So yeah, I don't know. Whatever that shit is, that sucks.
Whatever that is. That blows.
Did you know- did you
that
know they
must
get-
mean you don't love me, Mom.
Yeah.
Give me this shit.
She's like, here, I don't like it. Here you go.
Yeah.
But no, I think they might give you getting rid of Skittles or something. Did you guys hear something about that?
What?
Yeah, they're gonna like try to ban it because I guess it's like literally like the worst candy you can
'Cause
eat
of the-
for your insides.
The
you know?
dye in the Skittles or something like that.
Yeah, and the sugary shit. Or
Oh,
whatever.
fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stock up,
Stock
ladies
up.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, get your
Make
Skittles.
it rain.
My
I like
favorites actually-
Skittles.
I like the wild berry Skittles.
First of all,
Yeah.
I like C4 Skittles flavored C4. So if they're gonna get rid of that, we got a problem. We gotta
Right.
go ahead and we gotta
Energy
keep that.
drink?
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna
Energy
have
drinks.
to start a riot
Yeah.
if that happens
Yeah.
because me and Mike actually also like the C4
Yeah.
Skittles. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time. That and the Starburst one. Let's go.
Okay. So next up, create your best nacho toppings.
Oh, Jesus. You want me
Right
to go
now.
first? I'll go
Yeah,
fat kid mode right
Jimmer,
now, bro.
Jimmer,
I'll go fat kid
you
mode.
just lifted the end of the table up
yeah,
over
dude,
there.
see, I did. I did. And that isn't the gurgle of the stomach either.
ooh,
Oh, dude, first off, when you go to Vegas, trash can nachos is where it's at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you have, I don't know if you guys have tried that. Oh my God. Well, yeah, we're talking the works. First off, any and every type of cheese. I want every type of meat on that bitch too. I want
Yeah.
like pulled pork. I want some chicken on there. I want some beef, steak,
You're
the
right.
whole works.
Yep,
right?
same.
So okay, so cut Jimmer off. Everything goes on.
No,
his.
hold on.
Everything goes on his. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So next up, who's going next?
Is there anything you wouldn't
Yeah.
put on
Is
your
there-
nachos? Maybe that's a
I
better
would
question.
actually, believe it or not, this is gonna sound really stupid.
Jesus
I get
Christ.
it. I'd probably keep the jalapenos off.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
would. I know that sounds stupid. I said if I kept something off,
You're
it'd be
already
that.
blowing it up. Might as well blow it up all the way.
Dude. Usually when like those trash can ones though, those are like the fresh fucking jalapenos. Those fuckers have some bite to them. I have a pussy for a mouth, bro.
You make me
I-
want to get some nachos.
I like the traditional style of nachos. You know, beef. You know, queso cheese on top of it, and then a little bit of maybe lettuce, salsa, sour cream. That's about it. I
Not bad.
like my nachos kind of simple.
Simple. Okay.
All right.
Missionary nachos.
Missionary. He's got the
Missionary
missionary
nachos.
style
It's
nachos.
okay. There's nothing wrong with
Hey,
that.
listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
There's
All
nothing
of
wrong
us
with
can
that.
have
It's
the
still
sex
nachos.
swing nachos.
It's still nachos.
Listen, I don't like it. I don't like to think it's missionary. It's cowgirl. All right.
It's not though. It's not. It is missionary.
Well, we
It's
had
not,
this.
though.
So
Missionary,
hold on.
missionaries.
We're gonna tell you a little
your
something.
work. Don't you want the woman to do the work? on that
No,
one?
no. See, I'm telling you, we had this little conversation. There's a dude that absolutely loves cheese pizza at our work, right? He only goes cheese pizza. I'm like, why in the fuck would you do that? Why wouldn't you have toppings on there? You can pick the goddamn toppings off if you want to, and there's your cheese pizza. I'm like, why would you do that? No. So basically, what we got to is like, dude, you're a missionary guy. That's
Look,
the missionary pizza right
Missionary nachos would just be the beef and cheese.
there. I don't know. No, I think it's all that's the typical nachos.
That's a typical nachos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike? What do you got?
Well, all the red meats, jalapenos, sour cream, hot sauce, cheese.
all the red meats. I love it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Liver.
Don't care at that point.
Whatever.
Yeah.
As long as it's
whatever.
cooked.
Yep.
It's
Doesn't
like, if
matter.
it's up in the, if you don't know about it, you're not thinking about it. It's just tossing it. I don't
Right.
give a fuck. The nacho you're tossing in, you think it's a
That's
goddamn
that's some
steak.
trash
right there.
can nachos right there.
Yeah,
I love it.
definitely going with all the meats for sure, and a blend of all the cheeses for sure. We'll leave the lettuce off. We're not trying to be healthy in this. We're getting plenty of peppers, banana peppers. It's coming out flaming. On the other end, let's go.
pepper.
Let's go.
Just go.
Yep, let's go. A little sauce on that thing too.
Let's just
And
get him to do the Pocky Chip
yeah.
challenge then at this point.
Pretty much everything on there.
Yeah, pretty much everything. Definitely like the spice. So I'm doing all the peppers, all the meats, all the cheese. I'm not afraid of lettuce though. We're gonna throw some lettuce in there just to
Yeah.
feel a little bit good about myself.
That's why I get a water with it.
You know, that's why you get water with it.
Maybe a Diet Coke.
Yeah, I don't want to get crazy. Let me get a
Oh,
diet.
hold on. Rio didn't tell you the reason why that he doesn't want to put lettuce on there because he doesn't want to get accused of making like a taco salad or something, right?
No, it's nachos. It's got chips in there.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, all right. So we're kind of almost all on board besides the little missionary man over there.
That's a sweet name. You should take that to Bellator.
That is.
Nah.
Oh,
I
man.
like my name.
Yeah.
I like my name.
Yeah, Mark, Merriman, Currier.
There we go. And last up on Rio's Randoms tonight, for $1 million, which one do you think you could take for like an hour straight? Justin Gagey leg kicks or Connor's left hand?
It's got to be the leg kicks. It's got to be because the left hand you might drop. You're not going to last an hour.
That's fine, though. If he knocks me out, he probably's done.
So okay, so he keeps punching you for an hour.
I don't know.
How many leg kicks?
Maybe.
It's an hour's worth.
It's almost like an hour's
Oh,
worth.
an
Just
hour?
keep going, yeah. Imagine trying to walk the next day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
$1 million.
You not once said that we had to actually take it. You just said that you have to have it happen to you. So do we have the chance to dodge? Do we have the chance to block?
No,
What?
you gotta definitely let it land.
All right, then I'm taking Connor's left hand because I like face punches more than I like leg kicks.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is. I told you this one's easy. I'll take the leg kicks.
I'll take leg kicks.
I'll take the leg kicks, dude. Like I'm not trying to get knocked out and then it's like on a highlight reel. Who wants to watch a dude get kicked in the leg like for an hour?
Right, but we're gonna watch you walk funny for like a week.
That happens after I leave the boss's fucking office anyway, dude.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
That happened after golfing today for 9 holes. Yeah, that's. Where are you going, Danny?
It was 10. It was 10 holes.
Whatever. Oh yeah, that's
I'm
right.
assuming it's prime Connor's left hand too, not like today's Connor. So I'm gonna go leg kicks. I'll just ride a real wheelchair for like 6 months, man. Fuck it. Like, as long as I'm not getting brain damage right there, I'll take that.
Yeah, I would take. I guess I'd take leg kicks as long as he kicked me in my good leg, because not standing on my bad leg. It's already half gone. So.
You might want him to kick your bad leg 'cause I don't think he's going to be able to kick you for an hour straight and you're a fucking pure bone down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then you're gonna
maybe.
limp around on your bad leg.
So you
That's
win.
not
You
what
win by
want.
technicality. Like, hey, I got the million. I'm sorry, you only lasted. You know, it's like paying a hooker for an hour, but you only last 5 minutes, right?
What
She
the
got
hell?
it. She got it pretty quick. Same
Wait.
thing.
What is going on?
Oh my god! Maybe we shouldn't have gone live. What the hell?
Maybe we should have got that couch. There's some stains that were not there.
Yeah,
Had nothing
Jimmer's
to
been
do with
staying
me.
late.
Staying
I don't
late,
know.
passing out on that thing. There's no way you're sleeping on that. That thing is. You might as well even have a
Yeah,
cushion on it.
that-
That's how hard that thing is.
Well, that has bad
know.
decisions that rode all over that mattress, and that's what I got tonight for Rio's randoms.
Nice.
Man. Well, all right. We're all obviously jacked up for the fights coming up this weekend. I did have a question for you, though. Your guy, it's announced Diaz is going to get his last ride, it sounds like, right? Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that fight?
I think if dude's name goes in there and starts brawling with Nate, that's what Nate's gonna want. I mean, we know that Nate's good on the ground too, but I'm ready to see one of those those upsets things, like Conor McGregor, like when he cracked Edwards. Like I thought it was over then too, but same thing can happen to what's his name, and they're going 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And they're going 5 rounds. He hasn't gone. Wait, no. How many? What's the most he's gone?
Kamza had never been out of the second round up until the last fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and he got really they saw
And that was a
something
good
Burns
fight.
was fucking
Burns
him
was
up,
a
too.
stud.
Yeah,
man.
he burnt that
Burns-
out. Well, Nate can go 5. We've seen this many times,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah, and
That's what that dude's built
he's
for.
fought in wars, and that's the difference between some fighters is he's running through people, but then when he starts getting cracked back, then he fights stupid.
Yep.
Like remember against Burns, he was not fighting when he was getting hit, and then he was fighting stupid and just smiling and like,
Yeah.
like no, you're getting fucked up, bro.
No, you're 1,000% correct. And
Yeah.
Nate's been there, so
Yeah.
it could be a little more interesting than what people think. That it looks like a lay. I'm like, nah, I don't know. My man's been through 5. He'll
Yeah,
go
a
through
lot.
5, and he's going to do that because you're not going to knock Nate Diaz out. The only way this fight stops, right, is going to be because the official will be like too much blood. Because as soon as he goes like
'Cause he
this-
breaks open so easy,
as
yeah.
soon as they put that gel on his goddamn eye, he'll just start bleeding instantly because all the scar tissue. But
Yeah, damn.
but other than
Yeah.
that, war.
But so, Mike, do you think he's been trying to get out for like the last year, right? Diaz is like, I'm trying to basically get fired, like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll play into the fight, or do you think he's still going to go into it with 110% focus and trying to whoop some ass, or do you think he's got a foot out the door? That's kind of more of my opinion because I think Nate is a great fighter. I think it should be a really good fight, but I don't know how interested he is.
I think he's gonna go training balls to the wall, but he's probably also getting paid what he wants to make that fight happen because he didn't want to at first because he's just kind of new coming up, but now he's number 3 now, right?
I think it's 3, yeah.
Yeah. So and now Nate's like number 34 or something like that. So I mean, man, that'd be a huge comeback, and then be like, "Hey, fuck you, UFC!" Right after that.
Yeah, that would be awesome too.
Yeah.
And yeah, because he's definitely walking out.
Then we can get Nate on my show or something.
Hell yeah.
Well, the
That'd be
reason he hasn't fought yet is because every time they've approached him with a fight, they've come with a contract extension.
Yeah.
So he's turned him down. I was hell bent on they were just saving him for, okay, we're gonna wait until Connor
That's what
is
I
ready,
thought.
and
Yeah.
let's finish the trilogy right, and then you can bounce.
And
You're
that'd be
gonna
good
make
money right
cash.
there.
Right, you're gonna make cash. Connor's gonna make good cash. Theoretically, Connor's probably gonna be favored coming into it, and yeah, I don't know. I just thought that's what they had, and yeah, I think this will be a good fight though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it will too.
I think Nate Diaz.
Everybody's gonna want to see it,
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Nate's probably getting like 3, 4, 5 million, and not counting other pays and sponsors and all that. So
Yeah.
he's probably maybe he was like 5 million. I'll do it, and then they're like, okay. I don't know.
Nate looks good on the outside of the ring in the Mason City Arena. I would love to see him inside the ring. of the
Yeah,
Mason City
right.
Arena.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd
Come
be
on,
legit.
baby.
Well, boom, boys. So I guess, Mike, I don't know if you have any other last things you want to kind of bring up about the fights this weekend that we haven't touched on or anything like that, but we just wanted to make sure we brought you on to kind of pump this up. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, just always remember that tickets are available at the door. So if you don't see them online, it's because we take them down the night before, and that means come by at the door. You just got to spend $5 more. Next year, we're going to do $10 more at the door. So take advantage of the pre-sales while you can on NorthIowaTix.com.
There you go.
Awesome. Where can you watch the fights? Perhaps if you can't make it to the arena.
You can just go to Spectation Sports on your Safari, internet, download the app, whatever, and you can stream it for $34.99 one-time buy, and you always get to have it, or you can be a subscriber and pay like $100 for the year to watch all the fights on Spectation Sports.
There you
Awesome.
go.
Where are weigh-ins this week? Friday night.
The sports page. They'll be at sports page. I'll be there, probably at 3. Fighters will start coming in at 4 to 6. Face-offs start at 6. I'm excited to see kind of some of the weigh-in, especially the main event. So you guys want to see some up close and personal, I would come to this one.
There we go.
Hell yeah, and you'll be able to catch 3 Gig Sports. Will have pre-fight interviews, talking to all the fighters, kind of get their take on what they've been doing and how they look forward to performing in the cage the next night. Mark, where can they catch your fight coming up?
I should know this. It's
Putting him on the spot.
Putting them on the spot.
I kind of remember, but it's you can either go to the actual thing, the event at Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or I believe it's
They like do some YouTube stuff too. There's all kinds of places Bellator does it now. They kind of link all over.
I can't remember exactly.
Well,
I know.
what
I
is
know
the
I was
date
looking
for
at it.
everybody? Because I'm sure that we can do a lookup and get it
Yeah,
out
we can
there.
share it for you. Yeah.
I mean, I can actually. It's August 12th. I know that I have the app because I downloaded it just to kind of see what was going on with it. It actually couldn't tell you probably by going to this real quick.
All right.
Showtime. It'll be on Showtime.
Oh yeah, duh.
Friday, August 12th. That's where you can get the tickets at.
Boom.
Okay.
Do you know which fight number you are?
I don't.
think
I
that's
don't
the
know
first two.
how they have that planned. All I can see is the upcoming event. All I know is who my opponent is right now, pretty much where weigh-ins are, and what I need to do to be able to be there.
Okay.
Getting most of that done. I mean, feels like last minute, but I'm doing my best to get it done like now. We've got everything kind of already done. We just need to finalize every bit of paperwork that we need to do there while we're at the show, and otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting.
Hell yeah. It's exciting, man. We're excited for you. It's big time. We're excited for the fights, obviously, coming up on Saturday. Sorry, weigh-ins Friday. Fights on Saturday at the Mason City Arena. Jimmer, do you got any last questions before we roll out, bro?
Actually, no. I kind of put all mine out there already. So, but yeah, looking forward to watching you fight. Obviously, looking forward to go watching these fights and partaking too. But having a damn good time there, and putting on another one hell of a show. So you haven't let us down yet, and I do not expect that to happen. So,
I just have one question for all you guys.
What you got?
So the main event, we're calling it Iowa versus California.
Okay.
Who do you guys got?
Iowa.
Iowa.
I think.
I'm not saying nothing.
I'm going,
I don't
I'm
know
going
who's gonna
California,
win.
man. I'm going go Iowa. We got to train with them a little bit, so I've seen firsthand. I mean, I've seen Lazzola do a little bit of workout, but we went there for 4 or 5 days, and it was just straight hell going against that guy. So I'm leaning California there. Last one. You got any sponsors you'd like to shout out and put out there?
I
For you, Mark?
actually don't have a whole lot of sponsors yet. Just got actually I just talked to Brian O'Neill today. He said he wanted to sponsor it, so Iron House is
Mike and
something
Kathy Estus.
Mike has done for me. Mike and Kathy Estes are probably my biggest supporters in all of this right now. And I mean, Jason Lobby over at Cutting Edge Fitness, Josh Neer, he's been really working with me on some stuff when I go to his gym. Mark Sansi and Gaddafi Bertho, they've been really helping me out. And even, I can never remember his name. I always just remember we call him the Punch Out, like the kid from Punch Out. What's his name? Brian, Little Mac.
Oh yeah, Brian McIntyre.
Brian McIntyre has been working on some stuff with me as well, and those are just kind of the people, Holly being at the gym every day, Austin kind of helping me out for some of the stuff, and anyone else who showed up at that gym during that time. There's so many people I can name. Just, I want to make sure they know that this isn't just my kind of journey anymore. It feels like, I feel like I'm going there for, Mike, Kathy, you guys, everyone who's trying to put me on the spot. Stressful, yes, but you guys are taking time out of your day too, just to keep me here. I mean, I can't just say that, and nobody sponsors it, but there are people who sponsor, and then there are people who deserve a thank you. I mean, like I said earlier, Mike, Kathy being the biggest one, because they're letting me live with them. They're putting their effort, time into, keeping me there to help me out and grow, and honestly, probably can't ask for a better team because I don't even want one anymore. I found a team.
There we go. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Time to kick ass
That's big
and
time.
shock the world here coming up in August, brother. We're jacked for it.
Yep.
But anyway, once again, make sure you check out the fights this weekend at the Mason City Arena, promoted by our guy here, Mr. Mike Estus. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 3 Gig Sports.
We out.
You guys aren't showing up for those fights, man. You're missing out. It's the best promotion in Iowa.
What fights?
Yours, dummy.
Wait, who what?
North Iowa Fights. If you don't go there.